All right, so some of you are going to have to do what I did, which is search your mind palace for this name. Watch Mojo. Not Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls. Watch Mojo. Do you remember? I didn't either for a little bit. Watch Mojo, as a lot of you probably already know, is a top whatever channel. You know, top 10 Michael Jackson interview moments, top 10 missing person cases with terrifying twists. And there's about 5 of them a day. Really pumps them out. Recently, they responded to a video that a YouTuber by the name of Voyan ended up making called Watch Mojo's Downfall Should Be Celebrated. And as you can see, it's gotten quite a few views 8 days later. As you can see by the title of the video, it's not necessarily him glazing up Watch Mojo for 27 minutes. He does say that he used to love Watch Mojo, but over the years, the personalities kind of died within, and it just became corporate factory content. They pushed it out 5 a day. That's currently what I'm seeing. And for a 23 million subscriber channel, if they're not doing the best. Either way, they decided to respond to his video in the way that they know best, with a top 7 response. They start off with a banger. The day no one talks to you is the day you are irrelevant. Can't even start it off on the right path. Instantly, mistakes were made. Okay, never heard of your channel, and I admit I didn't see the video, but a few points, because that's what Watch Mojo's best at. In 2006, when we started, we were obviously a bit ahead of the curve. Fedora hat tip. In 2012, when every channel was some vlogger sitting on the couch, we mastered our signature style, and many cried as it looked more like VH1, MTV, ESPN, and not what the vocal minority viewed as YouTube content. The challenge in media is staying relevant, keeping your audience guessing. You are 100% keeping whatever audience you have left guessing, mainly because of the fact that I did go over to the channel. I wanted to see how Watch Mojo was doing. Not great. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not one to talk about views, but when you have 25.9 million subscribers, you would assume that you'd get more than an average of 15 to 30K views per video. Most communities that I see that are gathered around a YouTuber that has multiples of millions of subscribers usually gather quite a few more views based on their audience. A good example, for example, Watch Mojo Italiafel, which I've heard has a decent personality behind the videos, which is why it's actually doing better than the one that has 23 million. If we look at some of their videos, we'll definitely see that there's some consistency with the views, as well as it looks very similar to the other Watch Mojo. Now, the other Watch Mojo does have some 130K view videos here and there, but still, it's definitely not what it used to be. Anyways, off of that tangent, companies like BuzzFeed, Vice, Vox, and channels that inspired themselves by us, by their own admission, all came and went. We managed to both keep our OG fans happy and innovate. If by downfall you mean being a survivor, having 100 plus FTEs who earn their living with us, then I will take it. I just don't believe that there's 100 full-time employees after seeing the views that they get. I mean, there's a possibility. I think that maybe some Fiverr employees were included and some friends and family were added to that list. But 100 full-time employees is, if that's happening, that's impressive. Either way, you can see where this is. It's not a great response for someone who apparently didn't watch the video. They admitted that themselves, but they do try and walk off stage by dropping that mic in hot flames by saying, "Haters, envious, jealous people are fuel to our fire." There's so many ways that a channel with this many subscribers could try and respond to a video, especially a video that includes criticism. This isn't one of them, not unless all you're trying to do is have people get upset at you, which might be the tactic. Not really a great tactic in my opinion, because I didn't remember Watch Mojo until now, and now I just kind of have a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth. It didn't end there though. They did end up leaving another comment in this guy's comment section, and it just kind of got buried. But he ends up leaving this huge paragraph where essentially the only important things he ends up saying is he stopped listening to the video by the second line, and maybe his video would have been more credible if he would have asked them a few questions, sent some questions to some channels, so his commentary would have been more accurate, authoritative, etc. And then ironically goes on to say, "But I don't expect you to do your research. Me, Watch Mojo, I don't expect you to do your research. It's just so unnecessary for this big channel to come out of nowhere and get its feelings so butthurt and to leave a comment like this. Just, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. We're good. We're good. We're still relevant. The only reason that they're relevant is because people are talking about them now. And like I said, most people are leaving with a bad taste in their mouth. They're not slowing down though, because 9 hours ago, they even put out a post. Who's your favorite small YouTuber? Shout them out. Probably, looking for some community engagement, but they know what they were stepping into, because in the comments, you'll see that it just says Voyan. Voyan's my favorite small YouTuber. There's some Dolan Darkists in there, and then some Penguin Zeros, which they clearly didn't read the post, but that's fine. At the end of the day, Voyan is a top contender for the favorite YouTuber in this comment section. To end it all off though, they did release a video as well 2 hours ago. Can you guess what it's titled? Top 10 Crash Outs. So I clicked on the video and I skipped right to the end because I knew that there was a spot saved for Watchmojo, right? No, criminal. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Watchmojo had an unnecessary crash out. They could have just stayed silent like most big channels would, and if there really was an issue, they'd take care of it properly, probably not leaving a comment on the video, maybe a little bit more of a professional approach. I heard someone say that sending emails to channels to get information is a good thing to do. Maybe sending emails to channels to, talk to them about the video that they put up that you're not a big fan of, instead of making a fool out of yourself, even though it probably would get you nowhere. It would be a better approach than, again, making a fool of yourself. Good job, though, Mojo. Either way, that's it. If you liked, make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys next time.